Hello, my name is Sydney, Sidders and Solhan_2, and welcome back to another Kent Coast walk. Today we are in Faversham, and we're going to be walking to Whitstable. This is part 25 of the series. Wow! We are by the Oyster Bay House, which is where we ended off last time. This walk shall take us from the edge of Faversham, where we are now, along the Faversham Creek, out to the Swale, which is where we will finally be joining the proper beachy seaside-ness, and I'll talk about that in a bit. And it will end off at the Whitstable suburb of Seasalter, ready to do Whitstable next time. This will be the very last walk that we'll be using our Sittingbourne and Faversham Isle of Sheppey map. We've had this for ages. What has it been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or something walks. A lot of walks. Also, it's only a me and my mum walk today. Lots of people couldn't make it, so just us two, the classic two. So from the Oyster Bay House, we start off by taking this alleyway to the right where my mum's walking, which will take us through to a further area of the Faversham Marina. It's a really nice side of the Oyster Bay House here. You've got all the vines crawling up the building. It's a very interesting building. I like it a lot. I looked it up, and apparently this part of the Faversham boats area is called Iron Wharf Boats Yard, and they're definitely doing a lot of, it appears to be doing a lot of work on boats and stuff. I'm not 100% sure if they're just here for decoration or if they are actually working on these boats, or if it's just history preservation. We're doing this walk the day before a massive storm hits the UK, so the winds are particularly strong today, but it's the only day that was good weather, so we had to do it. So the path at the very end of Iron Wharf Boatyard is kind of hidden, and you have to go right through there where there's a little bridge across a river or creek. Some people walking on the side that we walked last time from Orr to Faversham. That field was full of cows previously. So this little bridge that I'm on kind of marks the end of Faversham. As you see behind me, it goes out into the countryside. I've also noticed that it seems like people live at this area, Iron Wharf. All these houseboats that seem to be occupied by people, and the one over there is a cafe sometimes. windy today that I feel like this footage is all going to be like whoosh. But anyway, we came out of that kissing gate behind me, and we're now heading further along the Faversham Creek towards those houses. We've got some Nene friends! Horsies! Hello! They're just standing still. Oh, the wind stopped. Oh, that's probably why they're standing here. Thanks to these houses we're passing, it's probably the only bit of shelter we're going to get all day. And I do not blame those horses for choosing that spot. Oh, it's honestly so relaxing here. The entire stretch that we just did along the Faversham Creek, it was honestly so windy, you could barely stand up. And I could barely keep the camera still as well, so it's probably going to be all shaky, that music montage you just watched. The area of houses here is called Nagden. So there is a footpath that continues straight on and cuts off a part of the coast. You can go straight forward and then it will take you to Whitstable. However, to stay as close to the coast as possible, we shall take a left along here, and that will do that extra bit of coast around the Faversham Creek. There's sheep grazing here apparently. We just had a lovely conversation with those wildlife people over there, and they told us quite a bit about this area. They said that we're going to be coming across a herd of 50 sheep very soon who graze on this part beyond this kissing gate. They graze all the way around to the Swale, so that'll be interesting to see. South Swale Local Nature Reserve is what we've just entered, and here's a map. We are here, and we're going to go all the way down around, join the Swale, and up to Ye Old Sportsman Inn, and then onwards to Seasalter. You can still see Faversham Church. Here we are. We're back at that pub at the very tip of where the Faversham Creek and the Orr Creek meet up and flow out to the Swale. We have been here 2 times before. Once when we were on right by the pub on the Orr to Faversham walk, and the other time when we were on the Conyers to Orr walk. We've decided to take a break from the relentless wind that's been pestering us and go down the bank a little bit so that we can have some lunch. I can see a couple sheep further along. Hopefully the herds don't come and eat us alive. We've just finished our meal right there. My bum is soaking wet now. And the sheep have come very, very close. They're making their ways over. I forgot how gosh darn windy it was up here. It was so peaceful just down there. Ah! Look at them all, they're so floofy. Such floofy sheeps. Tell us. Oh! You saw it for a second, but there was a tiny bird in that twig tree. Can anyone tell us what it was? We have a view of Whitstable! That settlement over there on top of the hill. And along is Whitstable. Here we are at the end of the Faversham Creek network, going out towards the Swale. That's that little bird hide that we went inside on the walk before our last walk. And you got the Isle of Sheppey, Isle of Harty on the other side. And we've also got a beach! Oh my gosh! It's a beach with pebbles! How exciting is that? Ah! The other end of the livestock grazing area. If you listen, you can hear the waves. And also super exciting is the start of this type of seawall made out of concrete. I managed to find my way up a set of stairs. And I don't know what this represents, but it might represent the start of the sea, because barely a few meters over there is the start of the beach. Ah! Let's get going! Okay. Ah. There is the very start of the beach. It does this sort of loopsy round beach thing that goes here. It's all a bird sanctuary, and it sort of forms a mini creek behind it. And it's very similar to when we were in Sheerness. It has that similar sort of vibe to the start of the beach. We got very close to the end of the beaches in Sheerness, which, if I zoom in, you can actually see Sheerness on the horizon there, which is where the beaches end on the Isle of Sheppey before it goes into the Swale. What a significant moment that we're witnessing right here. I'm being very geeky about it, but I think it is fantastic that after 24 and a half walks, we are here at the start of the endless beaches of Kent. Right at the very tip of this beach formation, you can see how strong the currents are whipping their way around. We've also got some of our last clear views of the Isle of Harty. From now on we'll be heading further and further away. I find it really interesting, the contrast between looking inland at the flat and grassy landscape, and then if I turn around, it's the seasidey landscape. They're almost two different worlds. Unfortunately, they're too far away to see, but you can just about see them. But some sort of duck or bird is swimming along in that little channel. I wonder if anybody can identify those. We've reached the end of the Castle Coote Bird Sanctuary, and now all of this beach is public, so you can walk along that bit. Since we passed the bird sanctuary, the population of humans, or the density of humans, has increased. Got a cute little doggo. Hello. Hello. Oh. Here's a sign built into the seawall about the South Swale Nature Reserve. We have got a significant moment here. It has been so long since we crossed over the border between one district of Kent to another district of Kent. The last time was on our Rainham to Lower Houstow walk, where we crossed over from Medway to Swale. And now we've gone all the way around the Swale, around the Isle of Sheppey, and we are finally at the next district border, which is between Swale district, where I am right now, and the other side of this kissing gate, which will be Canterbury district. Oh my gosh! So, goodbye Swale, you have been brilliant. We've had many a great walk exploring your district, but it is now time for Canterbury to shine. Whoop whoop! We're not actually going to the city of Canterbury though, that's quite far inland, but we will be exploring the seaside towns of Whitstable and Herne Bay, which are in Canterbury district. So you can see the Sportsman pub up ahead, which is the first building of Seasalter. But we're going to try and stick to the coastline and go through this interesting gate. There we go. There's a very brief section along the shoreline here where people live in houses. So I think you're allowed to go below the tide line to get past. But if it's high tide, then you should probably use the way that goes to the Sportsman and then back again. Actual sand. Made it onto the beach. Wow. Isn't that brilliant? And Mum's already looking for treasure there. These are the beach huts. We're going to head up these stairs here, just so that it's a bit easier underfoot, as there's a path that goes all the way along the top of the seawall, and the pebbles are a little bit tricky to walk on. Direction we came from, with the Sportsman pub just there. And onwards towards Seasalter, which is just there, and Whitstable. We've just popped down from the seawall up there, and you have to go around the gardens of these properties that are right on the seafront. And they're seriously close, like the water must go up their wall a little bit. And then we're going to follow the coastline along at the bottom of the gardens. These gardens are seriously cool in the way that they're designed. Let's have a quick look at this one. Like, I feel like the tide must go up, possibly into their garden. We've got a bunch of birds nesting, well, not nesting, but resting on these little sand pebble banks. It's really awesome. We've got a rainbow, everybody! Don't forget to believe in the rainbows! That is so cool. I think we're going to be finishing this walk just in time. There's a massive rain cloud where we've just come from. Almost there. For the next set of houses here, we've got another sign that says private beach, but it does say please walk along the shoreline, so you can continue along. Oh. Hyperdog, hello! There's a running joke in this series where all the dogs jump up on my mum, and that friendly dog back there did, but I just missed it by like a second, and my mum's very happy about that. And we are just at the end. That blue building on the other side of that is where we're going to end off. Right by the Seasalter Water Ski Club is where we are ending off today. Ready to continue along the coastline here and through the town of Whitstable next time. For a bit more context, there's looking along the single road of Seasalter, and in this way you've got the Oyster Pearl, another well-known restaurant, and the coastline going along by this sign, and Whitstable up ahead. Well then, this has been a very enjoyable walk from Faversham to Whitstable. More like Seasalter, but we've had many a milestone today. At the end of the map that we've been using, and we'll be going on to the next map next time. We've crossed over into Canterbury district, we've entered the seaside. It's been a significant walk for our journey. Next time we will be walking from Whitstable, kind of Seasalter, to Herne Bay. So I shall look forward to that, and I hope you will as well. Check me out on Twitter and other social media, all in the description, and I shall see you for the next walk next time. Don't forget to believe in the rainbows. Bye!